like in Twitch streaming, you have like moderators, and you like call the chat, and it's there's like probably there's different rules on YouTube.
It's similar. Like people name their following something, but I still don't have a name for mine yet. And like
in Twitch, it's like everyone's chat is chat. Like everyone calls.
you don't call them like a special name.
Nah.
Like I know that, for example, those makeup influencers, like my bitches or something. I'm just thinking of
my bitches. Yeah, my chat would eat me up alive if I called them that.
Yeah, you don't do. It's a different type of crowd, right?
Yeah.
That would be. So we already have some people in the chat. So I see that Teresa's already here. Nati is here. Ludmila is here.
Hi, girls.
Hi there, ladies. But where are the guys? Not here yet, but we have 9 people already waiting in the chat. Sorry that we're running a bit late. We're just getting a few things done, so just give us a minute or so. What's going on with my mouse? Hi, Nati. See, the thing is that if it's full screen, it doesn't show me the chat. That's what I don't like.
Yeah.
But maybe.
You stream from Streamlabs too.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay, so maybe if I open a different tab and then I have the chat here. But I'm really glad that I had enough time to clean the studio because Jakub Luzina was here last time.
Yeah.
In the studio. Oh, I will tell you.
What did you do?
But the studio. Oh man, it took me like a week to get the smell out. Okay, let's see.
The smell. Okay, now I'm curious.
I will tell you. Okay.
I will tell you.
And that's playing back here. All right, guys. And who's there? Yep. Yeah, he smokes. He was smoking equals and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, before we get started, for those people that don't know you, the something po Anglicky crowd maybe, could you please introduce yourself? And with this mic, you gotta be there.
Okay. Well, I'm Nina. Hi. Yeah. Well, I'm a drift driver. I'm a stunt woman, and I'm really looking forward to this podcast. I don't know how should I introduce myself. Like, what am I supposed to say?
I think that was a pretty good introduction.
Okay, cool.
And it's so funny for me that most people struggle with introducing themselves.
Yeah, because I actually never really got to introduce myself on any of like the interviews or so, or whenever I stream. Like, you don't introduce yourself anymore, you know.
People know you, right?
Yeah, well, I have as well as probably you, I have like an audience that always just comes back, you know.
So tell me about this streaming world. What exactly are you streaming, or what do you do? What is your connection with people?
Yeah, well, I stream on Twitch, so it's a different platform, but it's actually probably really similar to YouTube streaming. I do a lot of in real life streaming, IRL streaming. So I do a lot of. I can hear myself like the saliva in my mouth. I hope they can hear it.
No, they can't.
Okay. So a lot of drifting, car stuff. Like I'm part of Car Girls Club, Supercars Club, and so on. So we go on a lot of trips with the stream, with the chat, and we call the stream the chat. And yeah, basically a lot of like. From what I do, I also am right now doing a pilot license, so I take them up in the air as well with me flying.
Like on a small plane? Like what type of license are you trying to get?
It's a PPL, private pilot license.
And do you have a plane?
I don't have a plane, no.
Not
it's actually
yet.
a cooperation. It's called, the guy who is, like the company is called Pipistrel Academy. They like fly from Dubova. It's like near Modra, the airfield, airport, yeah. So, yeah, I fly, I take them. I also ride bikes, so I take them on track and so on. But whenever I'm at home, then I stream. Like, I play games. I play League of Legends and, like, different kind of, like, computer stuff. But I'm not really good at it.
Everybody's trying to tell me to get into League of Legends.
Don't.
What exactly is the premise? Like, if you wanted to convince me to play, like, what do you do there?
I would really like. I would how do you say it? Like, don't play it. Just don't. It's gonna get in your nerves.
Best
You're
advice.
not even gonna have fun. You're just gonna be really angry about like everyone there. It's like the game that makes you rage the most. I mean, there is like a strange pleasure to it. It's like 5 against 5 characters. You can choose the character. Every character has a different ability, and you just have to get to each other's bases. Like, that's like the basic concept. Like, it's the same as Dota, and like, I'm not really sure what the actual name for that game is in English, but yeah, just don't.
And I mean, the thing is that I'm a terrible gamer. Like,
Yeah,
I'm
me
really
too.
awful.
But my chat loves the fact that I'm a terrible gamer. Like, even if you're really bad, like, you know, who is my main? I play Ahri. And I know that's a terrible main. I know.
I mean, as long as you enjoy it, right? You have here, who is that?
Hi,
Sakura.
Sakura,
You know
hi.
Sakura?
Yeah, she's from my chat.
Okay. And they call you mama?
Yeah, sometimes.
Why?
Because I treat them as kids. Because basically, when you have an IRL camera, it's just like a tiny GoPro, you know, and you have it on a stand, and it has like little legs, you know. So when they get dirty, I'm like, okay, let's clean you up, you know, and like just I take them places, and
That's so
like
sweet.
yeah, and then when I drive with them in the car, they have like their special seats, so I'm just like, yeah, let me fasten your seatbelt. So yeah, I ended up being their mom.
It kind of reminds me of course, I was reading about you. And in one of the interviews, you are saying that when you used to be a teenager, like, you were the one taking care of everybody.
True. Yeah.
And I want to ask you about that. Like, what is maybe the craziest things or the craziest thing that you had to solve as the mama of the group, or the responsible one, the mature one?
I mean, like, the craziest thing. Well, there have been a lot of incidents when there was police involved, you know, and everyone just like does a lot of bad stuff. And whenever the police comes, they're like, "Yeah, go solve it," because I'm the responsible one, you know. I'm always like the one who tells them not to do stuff. But I have crazy friends, so.
I mean, for me, this is insane, because obviously growing up in the U.S. myself, you just don't have situations. If the police shows up, it's serious.
Yeah.
Like, you're not talking your way out of it.
Yeah.
Not a chance.
Well, here actually, like with the police, at least, like everyone always like. Are we allowed to say bad words here?
Yes.
Okay. Everyone bitches about the police, about how bad they are, but I've always really had just like a great experience with every policeman I met. They were always like really, like, they have been authoritative, but never in a way that was like inappropriate, you know. So I just, as long as you understand they're just doing their job, and if you're nice to them, they're nice back. So always everything was solved in like a proper manner. Like, if someone had to go into a CPZ, I'm not sure, like the temporary prison or something,
okay,
like they did, but never, like, it was never like, I never had like some bad feelings towards, like,
so
the cops.
you actually had situations where your friends were actually held.
Well, yeah, so, there have been like many instances.
And
But not anymore. The older you get, it stops, you know.
yeah,
Like the last incident we had that was worse was we went to Riga for a race, and I took 4 mechanics in my car, and more didn't fit, so I had to fly there. And basically, I didn't see them it was a 3-day race. I didn't see them for the 3 days that they were there. And when they were supposed to fly back, they didn't get on a plane, because turns out they were drinking the whole 3 days, and they got so drunk that they couldn't get on the plane. So I actually called the police to go to our apartment where they were staying to look, like, after they didn't get on the plane. So we had again a police incident even in Riga, and they were trying to find them, and they found them there completely drunk.
Jesus Christ, these guys.
Yeah, it's car guys. Car guys. Just, if there's a lot of girls, don't date car guys. Like, it's the worst.
That's the best advertisement, actually, if you tell them don't.
I'm not sure. I mean, girls stick together. Like, you don't, hockey players, car guys, like, even all of the sportsmen. Just,
DJs.
yeah, DJs are the worst. Yeah, DJs are terrible.
Yeah, I mean, the things that you guys have to deal with. Anybody that doesn't have a formal job, yeah, guys, be careful. But talking about this particular situation, you must be a magnet for police, like with the car that you
Yeah.
drive.
Yeah, I am. I am. Like, they stop me, but most of the time they just stop me to have a look, or they're like, floor it, floor it. Like, I'm gonna floor it, but don't stop me afterwards. Yeah, I mean, they can hear me from afar, they can see me from afar because my car is really colorful. But most of the time they just like really just want to have a look and have a little chat. If I tell them I'm like, I'm in a hurry, then they even just let me go most of the time.
Have you met any fan? Like a police officer fan?
Yeah, loads. Yeah, I actually got a lot of policemen in my DMs and they're like, hi.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they want to grab a coffee. And
Have you actually ever gone out with one of them
yeah.
in
I
your
have.
experience? No.
Yeah, he was really nice. And actually, he's like we stayed like a lot. I didn't want to date him in the end, so we stayed friends. And he actually even goes to like my Twitch streams and he plays LOL with me. But no one from my chat knows he's a policeman.
That's better that way, probably.
Yeah.
Because everybody would be afraid
Yeah.
of that. So you have one car or two cars?
I have two cars. They used to have the same. You
Oh,
have the same alert as me.
I don't know if that was a subscriber or somebody gave us peñas.
Just Relatability. What did you do, chat?
I think it was a subscriber.
Oh, thank you. What was I saying?
That about the police officer, your chat not knowing that he was a cop.
And after that, I wanted to say something. I lost my.
And I think I lost it too. Subscribe. Don't subscribe while we're doing this, guys.
Actually, do. Then it's more fun.
Going with me looking into your life, I know the origin of your.
About the cars. We were talking about the cars. Yeah. So they both used to be pink, but now one is green. So everyone used to think I have one car and I race it and I daily it, but that's not true. That's not possible. Like I could never daily my race car. I would never get plates for. So I have a race car and a daily car.
I have to be 100% honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm completely different to you growing up. Because I was that one guy that didn't like cars, or I don't know why, but I mean, when I was reading about you, you were also atypical. Like you describe yourself as a tomboy.
I used to be a tomboy, yeah.
So I was never into cars. I never wanted to drive cars. I was never interested in cars. Like my first car, can you try to guess at least the brand of my first car?
You look like a Citroen kind of guy.
Yeah. Actually, I think by the time that I was getting a car, that brand was just getting to the States. But no, it was a Jaguar.
Oh, okay.
It was a gold Jaguar.
But that's not like,
I actually, I couldn't afford it.
Oh,
But,
okay.
when I was growing up, my dad, he built pools.
Mm-hmm.
So he was building pools for like rich people in the U.S., like in that Greenwich area where Mel Gibson lives and all them rich people. And there was a lady who was probably a millionaire, and she had this car in her garage. And she was not doing anything with it, and she liked me for some reason and just sold it to me for $2,000.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah, I sold it a year after. You know why?
Why? Someone offered you even more than the two.
No, I love the car, but I had to buy a replacement belt fan. And imagine that this piece of rubber I couldn't buy anywhere else other than the dealership.
Oh yeah.
And it was like $300.
Yeah, parts for Jaguars are.
For me, it was just insane. But talking about your journey as a tomboy, you went from being what you describe yourself as a tomboy to a skater. How did you become interested
That
in
was
skating?
actually the same phase though.
Okay.
I was like a tomboy skater.
And what exactly attracted you about skating?
Actually, I wasn't really attracted to skating. The thing was, I was watching Miley Cyrus has a brother, and he was a skater, and I really liked him, so I wanted to be a skater too because he was a skater. There was no real reason. I just like being a boy more than I was a girl, and it's not that way anymore. But when I was younger, I had this kind of mentality where I saw the guys as like the tough, cool guys, and the girls as like the weak girls who only do makeup. My mind was really not in the right place at the time. Like I was, I don't really know for what reason. So I just wanted to get as close as possible to the boys.
How did that change?
I started. I went to India for 3 months after I didn't know what to do with my life. You know, I ended school and I wasn't sure I really wanted to go to college. I was just very confused, and I read a lot of like spiritual books and so on, motivational and spiritual, mostly spiritual now though. And I just read this book from Osho, and in the back of the book, there it's like it says that there is a place where you can go like to like meditate and do all this kind of stuff. So I went for 3 months to India. And that's where I realized, like, I had some serious issues with being a woman. Like, I always wanted to be a man too much for some reason, because I didn't see women as strong. And there, like, after 3 months of therapy, meditation, I like, kind of, like, found the inner, like, peace, and more, like, I realized the strength of a woman. So, yeah.
Where do you see that strength the most reflected?
You mean on me?
Yeah.
Like once you like come into like a oneness with like your male and female side, once you realize like the main concept of the feminine, you understand that like the power it gives you, and it gives you a lot of confidence, but it also gives you a lot of strength. It's a different strength, that like a masculine type of strength, but
yeah, and I sort of understand it, because as I told you that I wasn't the typical guy, and I still don't enjoy typical guy things. Like,
yeah.
you know, I don't hang out with guys that much because I don't like to.
Yeah.
Like, there's very few guys that I like to hang out with. I like to hang out with girls.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why. Like, I don't really enjoy most of the time going out and drinking with guys. Or there's a thing that especially Latin people or Latin guys enjoy doing, which is sitting and drinking something and looking at girls. And I just don't enjoy that.
Yeah. I understand.
But at the same time, like, I know I'm a guy, I like girls and these kind of things, so I understand that balance that you have. And how do you teach that out to girls?
How do I teach that to girls?
How do you empower girls?
Well, I have my own car girls club, and the reason why I actually started it was that in the car scene, there's not many girls, but there are some girls. And like most of them really hated me. They used to really hate me for some reason. Like I understand kind of why, because I was like always a little bit the center of attention, you know, because I drift really well, and like I always had interesting cars, and I like really like the boys really like always like talk to me and everything, you know. I was more the center of attention. Every girl wants to be a center of attention, so I guess that was kind of normal. And I was really upset about that, because I actually look at this point, like, I really like company of girls. Like, I'm also, like, heterosexual. I like guys. But I really, like, the energy that being with a girl group gives you. Like, no guys can give you that. Like, really, a girl needs to be with her girls. And the guy really, I think, kind of needs to, like, also spend time with the guys. I mean, I think it's a very natural way to, like, power up in some way. Like, you know, on the energy. And, but I used to have big problems with that. So I started a car girls club, and I wrote to every girl that hated me. I'm like, join my car girls club. Like, get to know me. I'm really like a nice person, you know. So I actually started this club, and there's like 50 girls now in the club. And we really love each other.
They're driving these girls?
Yeah, they all have their own cars. They're all into cars.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, and what I do to empower, well, I used to be like jealous of other girls, because like every girl has probably like that kind of a phase where she's like, yeah, she's prettier than me, and she can do better makeup, and she can do better clothes. But the older you get, that kind of just like disappears, you know. And like at this point, I just really want to have great friends, and like I'm the type of a person that like loves everyone she sees. Like I'm really like I don't it's not like I don't judge people, but I also like always see the best potential in them, you know. But I also understand it comes with age. Like
you're probably more mature than me, because I judge people.
You do? Okay.
I'm a judgy bastard, and like actually my best friends are the ones that just sit with me and hate on people.
Aww.
But just ourselves, like not in public, not writing, just like
I'm the stupid person who's like always like, everyone was like, we sit in a circle, and when people start bitching, I'm like, don't do it, you know. I'm always like, she's a nice person, don't do it. He's probably going for something, don't do it. Like, I'm that kind of a person. Like, I hate when someone speaks bad about anyone around me. I hate it.
You would hate me then.
I'm so sorry.
But
like,
you know,
it's not like a bad thing, but I just like feel when I'm sitting there and someone is like, depends, just it's if you're just saying like, I've heard this, I've heard that, and like it kind of depends if you're like gossiping or if you're like really naturally just want to talk about something and it's not in a bad way. Of course I also sometimes talk about someone,
Like
but
for
I
me,
feel when I'm in the room and someone is talking about someone else badly, I really just don't feel comfortable about that.
okay, let me just erase half of my questions then. We've taken care of that. But I am the best person to watch shows with. Like, if you watch Pharma with me or 90 Day Fiancé, if you ever watched, I got the best comments.
Okay, I hate when someone speaks in my whenever I watch something. No, but like Pharma, you can speak about Pharma how much you want.
Are you? You're not watching it?
No.
I had to start watching it because of Fifko that will come to the podcast.
Okay.
And I wanted to follow his journey, and I'm kind of enjoying it because I'm trying to learn Slovak.
Yeah,
and it helps.
Yeah, definitely.
It's definitely not complicated Slovak. But I don't want to move on from the girls' club topic yet.
Okay.
So you guys are. I read that you are the only drifter in Slovakia. Is that still the case?
No, I'm not the
anymore.
only drifter.
So
it's
who?
like a catchphrase someone started using, and they just use it in every interview. And I'm like, but I'm not the only girl drifter. There are girl
Wikipedia
drifters.
sucks.
Yeah. There are other girl drifters. Like I am the only girl that like races on the pro series in the Czech drift series, but there are girls who are like drifting in the street categories. So yeah.
So you were listed as being in the Pro 2 category.
Yes,
What does that mean?
Pro 2 is basically semi-pro. Like you're not pro and you're not street. You're like in the middle.
Do you ever plan to
move to pro?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, when I got enough skills to move to pro, definitely. Yeah, I really just need to get there. I'm not there yet.
How does one join your girls club?
We have an Instagram. And you just like you just say hi. I want to join your club, and we're like, okay, what car do you have? Why you want to join? There's like actually the girls take care of that. Like actually, I don't do anything in the club. I started it, and I'm just like chilling. And they like have a whole interview process where they actually meet the girl, and if they like her, and if she seems chill, yeah, they take her in, and then we like what the point of the whole club is that we like do regular meetings. And we go on trips like 2-3 times per year. We go for a trip. Like even at the end of this month, we are going to Austria for 3 days. So, yeah.
That's definitely a good way to fix relationships with the female gender, right?
Yeah.
Actually, what you mentioned about not hate, but people not being happy with you, that's something also that Petuš Naskle was talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Are you also getting hate through your DMs and things like this?
Actually, not really. Like I am like on Twitch. I hate boasting. I don't want to be boasting, but I'm like.
Please boast. This is the place to boast.
I am a big Twitch streamer in Slovakia. Like I'm third or fourth right now on the like if you watch the top streamer list, and like my chat is really nice, and I'm really like surprised at how I don't nearly get any hate, and when I do. It's of such no substance. It is rather laughable. Then I don't take offense from it, because it's just like they keep like telling me like, okay, your nose is big. I'm like, okay, if that's the only thing you can pinpoint about me, I'm like, okay, that's great, So not really. I don't really have hate problems much. No.
That's extremely surprising, especially if you are the second biggest Twitch streamer in Slovenia.
Third.
So who are the first two?
First is Rest. He's really like way miles ahead of everyone. Yeah. He's really like he's a really very authentic, spontaneous, fun guy. And then there's Dvojsekundový Maťo, and I don't really know him that well to speak about him, but he rages a lot from what I've seen in the vids.
Rage brings a lot of views.
Yeah.
I'm just really surprised about you mentioning in real life and things like this, because Twitch to me started as a gaming thing.
Yeah.
And how did you get into that?
My boyfriend is a Twitch streamer.
Okay.
He's been on the platform for 15 years. He was also like a Counter-Strike pro player, and like he's very known in the gaming scene. So
what's his name?
Devi.
Yeah, he's coming.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, well, he was the one who made me like he was streaming in my presence, and the chat was always like, call Nina in, and I started talking to the chat. And they enjoyed it so much that they just like kind of like made me do it together with Debbie, like start streaming. And I started and I had such like a really great chat, and there was like so many people always on my streams that they just kind of continued.
Yeah, and then, I mean, the chat is, they know what they want.
Yeah.
And do you ever think of doing something in English maybe?
I'm thinking of doing YouTube videos in English, but like I have such a great community and they speak Slovak that I would probably not change my language on Twitch channel. I'm multi. I have like some people from my chat, so just wanted to say hi.
We
Actually, I'm not sure how it works on YouTube, but in a Twitch chat, you have moderators that take care of your chat. You know, like if there's some spam going on or if there's something that is not supposed to be here, they just kind of
we do.
You have that too in YouTube.
You see the little people with the wrench?
Yeah, yeah.
Those are the mods.
Our people have a sword.
What?
You just got a wrench, guys.
Yeah, guys, we got to go to Twitch. You guys need a sword for sure. Let's check the chat before we continue, because then they yell at me that we ignore them.
Yeah, yeah.
And let's see what they ask. Okay, it looks like they always just talk to themselves.
Yeah, because you don't read the chat in real time. Chat doesn't like that. You need to like read them in real time, because now you're looking at messages they sent like 6 minutes ago.
This is true.
So that's not relevant for them anymore, because they've already like moved on from there.
Guys, you can type your questions again. We are looking here. They're even answering for you. Two cars.
And that's the point where we stopped, where we didn't know what we were talking about. So I looked at the chat and they reminded me.
Yeah, two girls. Okay, it sometimes just feels like girls are being hated for being girls. So it's just funny. You should laugh at it.
Yeah, but like, you know, boys don't hate girls. It's girls hate girls. That's the worst thing about it. Yeah. What is a best daily car? Okay. Well, Nissan is a drift car. I could never daily it because it's so. It is nothing to do with like a car that can actually go on a road. So yeah, definitely a Supra.
So when you have to take it from one place to another, you gotta take it in a trailer.
Yeah.
You're never taking it on the road. Nobody's watching.
If nobody's watching, I do, but most of the time someone's watching. So. Yeah, I was like, the car is so loud that if I just drive here on the street, everyone would be like, what the hell, you know?
There are some people that do that still here.
Yeah, you can hear my daily car a lot too. But the Z, it's just like, it sounds like a robot. Like I have a no synchromesh dog box, which is like it's a transmission that makes a really weird Transformer sounds when you shift it, and it's like it sounds very scary, but I love it.
Do you actually also get into the mechanics? Can you fix your car?
I do know some stuff, but like it's not that extensive to the point where I would like go and fix like the engine of my car or something. Like I can change my oil and I change my tires and everything. Like I know what is, but I would never like actually go inside, you know.
It's so intimidating when you open the hood.
It's not that it's intimidating, but it's like I drove in a high speed and I would just not trust my skills, you know. I would just not trust myself that I did it right.
I don't blame you. Have you ever been in a Tesla?
Yeah, I have.
And what do you think of that 0 to whatever?
I mean, about Teslas, like I actually like the car, but I would just never get it for myself. Like, yeah, it's fast, but what I like about cars, it doesn't have that. So I'm not like a hater. Like if someone wants a Tesla, oh yes, go for it. But I just, for me, like we do joke about it a lot with car people. We're like, yeah, that's a microwave and that's like a vacuum cleaner. So yeah, like I like the car, but just not for me.
What exactly is what attracts you about a normal car?
I really love the sound of the car. Like that's the most important thing for me. Like how the car sounds. It's
like a little kitten, right? Purring.
Yeah, no.
Or a lion. Oh, if you have a smaller car.
Yeah, well, you can hear my car outside, and you're not gonna compare it to a kitten.
No, I'm gonna hear it because I will walk you out, and I'm really interested. I wanted to meet you before to actually try, but you are quite a busy person these days.
Yeah, it's really crazy lately. Like since I do a lot of stuff, I just kind of like pack everything together, and if someone wants to meet me, I'm like, okay, yeah, I have time like in 2 months.
Maybe.
Yeah, and that's also, it can change a lot. Like even especially summer is the worst. Like yesterday, I had a drift. I have a drift school. I teach people to drift. I'm an instructor, and like there's a couple of different instructors, and I was up from like 5 till like 10. The day before that, I was there is a I'm not sure how much I can say, but there is a really big production movie being shot in Slovakia right now. People do not know about. It's like an American horror. We're shooting, and I'm a stunt driver there. Like I have even my own trailer and stuff. It's like really cool and really big. But I've been there for the past 2 nights, and it's a horror movie, so you shoot it at night. So I haven't slept for like 3 days already.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know that horror is my favorite genre, right?
Oh, really? Okay, cool.
So I'm gonna be asking afterwards.
Okay.
Actually, tomorrow I'm gonna go see Halloween Kills.
Yeah, I was invited to the premiere of that.
Are you going?
No. I don't have time. I'm sorry, but it's also because I had the donaton, the subathon thingy. So it lasted for 369 hours.
So how did you sleep?
I just kind of I turned the camera stayed on, but I just I hid behind the sofa, So I actually did kind of sleep on camera, but
the thing
I
is,
made sure the sound was off,
The guy that started that subathon thing, he actually was on camera for 30 days, was it? The original guy who did this, he was on camera for 30 days.
And who do you mean?
Like the subathon thing.
Yeah, but that was started like years ago. It wasn't Opat who started this.
No, it wasn't.
That was your thing.
No, it was some guy.
Streamers do this because it's Sabaton because of September, and September it's been like a thing that's been going on for like years and years. Like everyone thinks Opat started for some reason.
Yeah.
Like we did it last year even. It's just everyone thinks he started it because there was like so much media around it, like media coverage. But there is a girl that has a Sabaton, and it's right now. She has like 320 days on it.
What the hell?
Yeah, so it's just he didn't make that. He's just maybe because of some media that caught up on that. Like everyone knows about him, but it's like a trend that every streamer does.
This is the thing that it's so complicated doing this job of interviewing because most of the time the wrong information is online.
Yeah.
And same thing with Duklok. When I was talking to Duklok, it said that he started because of Gogo.
Yeah.
And actually it was the opposite.
Yeah.
And there's so many things that are not correct. But did you enjoy being in public for so long?
I loved it. I mean, at the start, I was really worried because, the thing is, I didn't do it last year, but chat made me promise them I'm going to do it this year. And I was really worried about it because it's just like, I'm a working person. I actually have to go to work, and I've got also, my own business and, a lot of stuff I have to take care of. And I told them, okay, let's do it. And I calculated that it's going to last for 4 days. So in the end, it was 16 days. And but we somehow managed. But the thing was that my chat was so nice to me, and they were so entertaining that it was like spending a holiday with my friends. It was really refreshing
for 16 days.
Yeah, but it was a lot of fun. But on the 16th day, the way it ended was I was begging my chat not to send me money anymore, because the thing is, they send you money and they prolong the stream with that. And I was just like, please, don't send me money. I'm so tired.
I think my stream would end in 2 hours. Did you ever meet any of your chat in person?
Yes, I met a lot of them, actually. Mainly the mods that I have. I have 15 moderators of the chat, and wherever I go somewhere, I invite all of them. So, for example, yesterday we did drift school, and they spent the whole day with us. They were helping us, changing the tires, helping us pick up and everything. I was asking, what the fuck are you doing here? I'm here because I have to, but why are you spending your whole day here helping us for free? But they just actually enjoy spending we're really good friends with a lot of the people from the chat. So, I meet them a lot. Even when I go somewhere, I'm I'm going there, join us, come,
This is the concept that I still don't get. Because I started this not long ago, but I already met people that just want to come and do stuff for me for no reason, just to help. And I'm like, why? Why do you want to do it?
I'm also surprised, but it's I also don't get it in a way, but that's how it always started for me. Like they were like, yeah. I asked them if I saw, you see in the chat that the guy is really like, he's nice. He like the stuff he writes, it makes sense. So you're like, okay, do you want to become my moderator? And they take the job so seriously and spend so much time there. Hi, Serenity. He was with us on Drift School yesterday.
Hello.
And they just devote so much time to it. And it's because they feel, and how I feel as well, is that they are also part of the community and they're building it. It's just like my chat is not, it's not mine anymore. It's like a community that grows and we are part of something. Maybe I'm the face of it, but it's just like
You are
we
their
are
queen.
together building something. Like my moderators, they're now my mechanics as well. Like some of the, like they're helping me with everything basically.
So that's usually people that know about cars.
Not really. Like they say they know, but they don't. Like we are actually laughing about one of the mods because it was like, yeah, I love cars and I know so much about cars, and they're like, give me that tool, and he just brings you a different tool. So they just really want to be involved. But in my experience, enthusiasm is much more important than what you know, because I can teach him what tool is what, but I can't teach him enthusiasm.
And also that's the kind of people you want to attract, people that want to support you and uplift you, right? Not to bring you down. Kind of reminds me of a joke, with Spanish parents when they ask you to bring something, but they don't tell you the name of the tool. They just tell you to bring that thing. It's on the left, on top of the thing by the left. And they never
they
tell
do
you.
that too here. The parents are the same everywhere.
Did you meet anybody else in the chat here?
Yeah, actually, I met Serenity, I met Molchi, and we're laughing because the guy I was talking about that knows nothing, but his CV is like he did everything, his metrics. So yeah, we have a lot of inside jokes going on as well.
Somebody asked, what do you think about there was a type of car here.
A Celica.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a nice car. I'm a fan of Japanese cars, so as long as it's Japanese, I'm gonna give you a thumbs up.
What is the story that I was reading about that somebody laughed at you because of your, what was the name of the car?
I had a Daihatsu Kore, but that's a very long story. That was my first
We
car.
have time.
Okay.
I would love to hear about this.
It also involves a lot of illegal stuff, but okay.
It's okay. It's already past the time where they can arrest you.
Okay. Yeah, it's been longer than 10 years ago. Now, the thing is that you can drive a car when you're 15 as long as the car has like specific weight, specific engine, and so on. And I found out about this when I was 15. So
I know
that's actually how my car journey started.
One of your quotes is, and I have to find the quote before you continue, is that you officially started driving at 18.
Yeah, I officially started driving at 18. But the truth is I drove my car to school and everyone else since I was 15. So, and it was like legal.
In Bratislava?
Yes. The thing is that, a quad, like a quad. So, in order for a car to be described as quad, it has to have less than 600 kilograms and it has to have a specific engine. And I'm half Polish. So I bought Daihatsu Kore for it was just like a small amount of money from what I had from like teaching people, because I did horseback riding and I was a teacher in horseback riding for kids. So I earned some money in that. And I bought the Daihatsu Kore for that money. And I had a lot of tuning friends as actually I'm just going from the back of this story, but yeah, let me finish this and I'm going to tell you why I did it. And I had a lot of car guys that did a lot of tuning, and I knew them in Poland. And in Poland, it's like very easy to get stuff done. Like if you have a little money, it's really easy to get stuff done. So
guys, let's go to Poland.
Yeah. Well, it's getting worse now, which we hate mainly for car people, because it's just like, oh, you have a car that is not road legal, just like let's put it on Polish plates, That's what we kind of did. It's just that the not the police officer, but the guy who just like writes down the weight and the stuff for your car. So I just asked him to remove some stuff from my car so it has a specific weight, which is less than 600 kilograms. And the engine in Daihatsu Kore in stock is less than 1 liter engine. So basically my car was a quad. So I drove a quad to work, to school, at that time to school. But so if the police ever stopped me, which they didn't in 3 years, which is
How
crazy.
lucky is that?
It's because the car, it looked so innocent. Like it just looked like a very regular car on Polish plates. Probably nobody would just wanted to talk to a Polish person. I never drove fast or anything in it because I
He's
was
not
like,
even gonna understand you.
yeah, exactly. So they never stopped me. But if they would, I would just be like, yeah, but it's a quad. You know, like I'd have to have this discussion where I try to convince them this is not a car but a quad, because it was just registered at that category at the time in Poland. But it never happened. You know, the funny part is that actually my brother inherited that car, and he drove for.
This was in Poland or
no,
here?
This was here.
Okay.
But the car had Polish plates. The quad, that
And
was a car.
Did your brother get in trouble?
No, he drove for 2 more years, and the police never stopped him.
What happened to that car?
It's already sold.
It's someone else's problem.
Yeah, now it's someone else's problem.
But I know about this customizations because we were driving with my friend on the highway here in Slovakia, and we saw a car literally change the plates from Polish to Slovak.
Oh wow! Okay. We didn't do that. That's illegal.
but we saw it, and we're like, what the
hell?
fuck?
That's crazy.
Where did they do that? Continuing with our stories.
Yeah.
You mentioned, as you said, that you went from a skater to horses. How
Yeah.
did you get into horses?
It was just like my mom wanted me to do some sports, and I sucked at dancing. So she was like, okay, let's do horses. And and that really, like, I started driving and riding a lot. And then I did a lot of show jumping as well. Like I jumped on horses in competitions and stuff.
Did
It's
this
just, like,
somehow lead you to cars in any way?
I don't think so. Not really. Like it's horses and horsepower, blah blah. But not really. It's maybe it is the same kind of a little bit of adrenaline and so on, but it doesn't have any direct correlation.
So how did you make the jump from horses to cars?
Actually, that happened because I fell off a horse really badly. Yeah, and I was like injured and I couldn't ride horses anymore. So I just like somehow naturally jumped into something else. But actually the truth is about the car. Why I felt the need to drive a car at 15 was because I also used to work as at 15 as the person who cleans the stables, and I always like fed the horses, and then I cleaned the stable, and then I left. And that was sometimes even like 8 in the night. Like I always went after school. And then I went home at like 8 or 9, and because I was only 15, I drove the bus. Like I was riding in the bus, and once I was ambushed by like a couple of men. Yeah, like nothing really happened. I ran from
in
there.
the bus?
Yeah. I was so scared to ride the bus, and I didn't want to give up on the horses, and I didn't want to tell my mom because I just like
she would have freaked out.
Yeah, she would have freaked out, and she would just not allow me to go to the horse place anymore, the stable. So that's why I just like started like trying to like do something. Like I'm a big problem solver. Like there is another problem I can solve. So that's how I solved the actual problem. Like my mom had big issues with it. I then later on told her why I'm doing it, and she was like, she knows me well. She knows I'm actually really responsible. Like it may sound like I'm irresponsible, but I'm a very responsible person. And she actually did allow me like to drive even when I was 15. Like whenever someone wanted to get in with the car, he needed a written formal notice that his parent allowed him to be in the car and that he's aware that I'm 15. So like I have all the legal paperwork covered even in 15. So
I didn't even know that was required.
I'm not sure if it was required, but like my mom made me kind of do it if something happened.
Smart lady.
Yeah. My mom, like she's very, she's really worried about my safety all the time. Like she really hates the fact that I fly planes and drive bikes and drift. She's like,
I don't blame her. That stuff is scary.
Yeah, she just doesn't understand. So like, how did this come out of me? Like such a crazy person. Like where from?
So where do you get it from?
I'm not sure. I don't know. And like my dad is a little bit crazy, but not as crazy as me.
But from talking to you, I don't think that is related to adrenaline.
Yeah, I'm not sure what it really is related to, because I don't get much like adrenaline anymore from, for example, drifting, since I do it all the time. It's just like it becomes something more regular. I don't know. I just like to do exciting stuff. I guess.
It's probably just your passion, right? It's
yeah.
Me with coffee as well. I love making coffee.
Really?
Like, yeah, I was working for quite a number of years at a coffee shop, and really, my normal job is in an office, managing a team. But I love to just go and make coffees for people, like lattes, and
Wow, that's
yeah.
cool. I love lattes.
maybe I will make you one after.
Okay. Okay. It's
Or
a deal.
maybe I don't know if it affects you if you can go to sleep after.
Actually, I have a lot of work to catch up on, so
So-
even if I don't, that's a good thing.
So we'll make you a latte. We can do it here. But I'm really surprised. I didn't realize how much you are working.
Yeah.
And do you think you'll get to a point where you burn out, or have you burnt out yet before?
I do have a lot of very stressful times. Like even today, I had really like a moment where I was so tired already. I was like, wow, okay, this is too much, because like I've slept for literally like 6 hours for the last 3 days. But there's like a quote that I always have in my mind, and that is like, if you do something that you don't want to do, it's called like, if you do a lot of something that you don't really want to do, it's called stress. But if you do something that you love and you do a lot of it, it's called passion. I have so much passion for the things I do, and I love to do them so much that even the fact that I'm tired, it's like, of course I'm tired and want to go to sleep, but like the passion drives me through that.
And I also I have a philosophy about not having enough time or making time for things. I think is bullshit. Because if you love something, you will make time for it.
I absolutely agree. Like, I do agree, and this quote has been used so much against me that like I agree with it, but I hate it at the same moment, because my friends and family are like, yeah, but if you know you're gonna make time for this, I'm like, okay, yeah, you're right.
But then I also understand you, because I'm the same with my friends. My best friends, I barely reply to them on Messenger, or I barely meet with them,
Yeah.
because I feel that that's a strong connection. But every time we meet, it's like we are together
I
all the time.
understand.
But it's hard to explain them that I don't need to be with
I
them
have
all
a
the time.
theory about this.
Yeah.
I think there's just some people who actually enjoy communicating through like messengers and stuff, and they're just the people who, I'm the same. I literally hate it when someone's like, "Hi, how are you?" I'm like, I'm gonna punch you in the face. I love you, but like, fuck off. I'm absolutely the same. But I think it's just about the type of a person you are. Like I'm just like, I don't have time for it. I really love you. Like, let me know how you're doing. Maybe in a voice message, which is 30 seconds long. That's it.
And I think this is you're headed towards the right thing. Like with me, that I hate it because people ask me questions, and I hate answering questions about how I'm doing, or I like to hear how they're doing or what's going on in their lives. But if somebody invites me for coffee, the first thing they're gonna ask me what I'm doing.
Yeah, I don't do coffee at all. Actually, I don't do
What?
I drink coffee. That's not the point. But like, I don't go for like, let's go for like a lunch, or I don't go like, let's go for tea or coffee. I never do that. Like, if you want to spend time with me, you can go to work with me. Most of my friends are actually really used to this. Like my best friend, whenever she's free, she actually just comes everywhere I go for like work stuff. So she just like spends work time with me.
That's your little assistant.
Yeah,
But
she
that's so
actually wants
cute.
to be. That's like her life aspiration, to be my assistant. And
But that's so
like,
cute.
yeah, she's like, I'm like, you're taking time off to be with me and do my work with me. But she just wants to spend time with me. And that's really like, I have the best friends ever.
She's making that extra effort to be with you, because
Yeah,
that's the
yeah,
only way that she
yeah.
can be with you.
Yeah.
That is absolutely cute. I'm really impressed by what you told me before, that these things that you do, you also have a normal job.
Yeah, I do have a normal job.
Wh-
Like, I used to work full time in that job, like for 3 years. And after that, I asked them if I could work, like, if they could, like, just the stuff that is not very important, if we could just let go to, like, other assistants and stuff. I mostly do just, like, the most important stuff. I work part time. And yeah, but I have an office. I have actually 2 offices where I sometimes go.
2.
yeah. And yeah, I most of the time, thanks to Corona, like I found a system where I can do a lot of stuff from home, which really helps.
And you
So-
do what, if I can ask?
I do like it's kind of like accounting and administrative office manager kind of a job. Like I manage a lot of communication as well, because our company is the company I work for. It has like a different country, so it's like a lot of stuff that is kind of like complicated, but I enjoy the challenge. But
It's
but
so
yeah.
different to what you normally do.
It is extremely different, but I really love the balance of that, because if I'm really just tired of all the crazy stuff I do, I come into normal life, and it also gives me some kind of a seriousness to what I do, because I don't like I love being balanced, you know. Like whenever I'm feeling like there's too much of that, I do a little bit of this, and I love being organized and being a manager and an accountant and like this kind of an administrative role gives you the place where you can organize stuff and where you can like reorder stuff, and that's what actually makes me relax. So it's actually a really nice balance.
Yeah, and again, I relate to you but I have the opposite way because I work in an office job, and I was working at a coffee place also to kind of unwind.
Yeah.
Like for me, my favorite thing was to be at the michka, washing
Yeah.
dishes and
I hate
cleaning.
washing dishes.
Me too, but for work, like it was just relaxing just to be cleaning something that required no PPTX, no writing something.
Yeah. I get it.
It was just completely amazing. I want to ask you, but actually before we move, I want to make sure that we're not missing any questions here.
Yeah. I love her content and all of her. Thanks.
Yeah, you're getting a lot of love. Is there any supercar you wouldn't want to drive if you could?
No, I would drive anything. I love to try driving new cars.
Yeah. How are you guys? We're doing quite well, actually.
Yeah.
We're having a good time. We discuss with your friends, but yeah, I forgot about the name. So there is quite a lot of speculation about your name, but I think I found the actual story, and it's related to Ken Block, right?
Yes.
So could you tell us that story, because that's a cool story.
Actually, there's not really a story. I was just like, I started because I drove cars like even before that, but people were like, okay, you should share this with someone. So I started sharing it on social media, and I needed a cool name, you know. So we were going for like different names, like Nitrous Nina, and like yeah, there was.
I would have liked that.
Yeah, that's actually not bad at all. Now that I look at it. But I chose Lady Hoonigan because a hoonigan is like a hooligan, but on the streets is a hoonigan. To hoon is like, it's like I don't really know the exact definition, but that's what it kind of means, you know. So I would just put a lady in front of it, and I wanted to be cool. But the thing is, I actually met Ken Block after that, after I named myself, and I talked to him about it, like if he minds that I'm kind of taking his brand, and he said he doesn't care. So,
and actually, for those of you that don't know who Ken Block, he's one of the founders of DC Shoes, right?
Yeah, as well as a rally driver. And he like makes the Gymkhana movies. I'm pretty sure like everyone's seen at least one Gymkhana movie. So
I haven't seen it.
He drives. Okay, he just really crazy. He's constantly making new cars that he drives the rally with, and he makes like a cool videos, like you know, power sliding on the top of a building and on the side of a cliff, like a lot of like very car dangerous in a nice setting type of movies.
Do you try any of those things that could be risky for you?
Well, I'm a stunt person, so I do a lot of risky stuff. Yeah.
I hope it's well paid, because that would be scary as hell.
Depends where. Like if you do like productions that are not Slovak, then it's well paid. But if you do in Slovakia, they're like most of the time they want you to do it for free. You know, like.
Do you ever think about going abroad to do more stunt work? Like the US, maybe?
Well, actually, I am in a stunt group where all of our stunt people, they travel. They go for, like, most of them you don't see for 2 or 3 months. Like, they go away for productions all over the world. They worked on, like, the most crazy movies. Like, they go to... they work at Marvel. They work with, like, really crazy people. But I always stay here because of my business and of my work. Like, I can't really travel. So whenever they're doing something here, I do the stunt and the double work.
I have to check the camera because it went out.
Okay.
Don't know what happened here, but maybe it's a good chance to switch to the other camera. And actually, maybe we can go into the next section. So every guest...
Well, I think we should read the chat because they wrote a lot of stuff.
They wrote a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
They were going crazy.
Yeah, I could see it was also like running. Don't forget to sign the PC.
Yes, that's exactly what I was gonna do now.
Okay.
So we have the signing camera. Every guest that comes to something Po Anglicky signs there. So,
okay, cool.
So if you could sign for us. Make sure that it's working. Anywhere you want on the glass.
Okay.
She's signing the PC, guys. You can relax now. No. It's okay. It's permanent, so don't worry. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And the next thing I can't forget is we got to take a picture. I got to do it during the stream because I always forget. So. Very nice.
Okay.
Yeah, tell us the joke about frog.
Oh no, you can tell it's my chat here. I have a one joke that the chat loves, but I'm not really sure if it's if it could be translated to English. I can try. Okay. Okay. So there's a fisherman. He's fishing on the middle of on an island in the middle of like the sea, and he's fishing and he's really really hungry and he can't catch anything and he's just like really dreaming about food. And all of a sudden, something gets caught in the thingy. I don't know.
In the line.
Yeah, in the line. And he just pulls it up and he looks at it and it's a frog. And he's like, oh God, like, am I gonna eat a frog? But he's so hungry, so he like picks it up and the frog is like, no, don't eat me. I'm gonna grant you a wish. And he's like, what? You're a frog, not like a golden fish or something. Yeah, I'm a golden frog. I can grant you one wish. And he's just like, okay, he looks at the frog and he starts thinking like what he's gonna wish. And he's really hungry and maybe he should get off the island and like live somewhere else. And while he's thinking, all of a sudden he sees something in the distance. So he takes like his binocular and he looks in the distance and he can see there's another island and there's like naked chicks waving on the island and like, yeah, waving at him and like there's food and everything. And he's like, frog, you know what? I need you to make me a bridge. And the frog goes like, oh my God, what a stupid thing to wish. I'm not sure if it's the same way called in English.
Guys, for the people that that are watching, that are listening to this on Spotify, which they will, please go and watch the video because you need to see what Nina just did. Oh, I finally hear her voice, bro. This guy never heard your voice.
Possibly, yeah.
Oh, look, we got a Guatemalan here. Somebody from my country.
Oh,
That's far away.
yeah, that is.
Have you ever driven a car with NOS?
Nitrous. I have not, but I wish I did.
What's the difference? And please excuse my ignorance. I'm like totally retarded.
Okay, so nitrous, it's like a thing you add to your car. Like, have you seen Fast and Furious?
Yes.
Okay, so this guy presses a button and all of a sudden he goes like really, really fast.
Like Super Mario.
Yeah. So that's nitrous. So you add that to your car. But it's like, well, first of all, it's kind of also dangerous. But yeah, they do use it sometimes for drift cars, but I do not have that.
Do?
Like, it's a special mode. Well, it's just it's a gas that kind of just speeds you up in a way. Yeah.
And it's dangerous because you need to mix it in a certain ratio.
Well,
or?
it's like a nitrous bomb which you have it in. You know, like it's probably not that dangerous. You can take care of it, but like a lot of people do like a home nitrous. That's not.
That doesn't even sound right.
That's not very safe. Yeah.
Do you play racing games at all?
I want to start. Okay, look at them laughing at the joke.
Bro, we need more content with her. Yeah, this is why I'm asking about the English content, because you speak so well.
Thank you.
I wasn't expecting it.
Oh.
So
Thank you.
I think you could do very well with English content.
Thank you.
I would say. And back to the in real life, because we didn't finish that discussion.
Yeah.
And there's a huge controversy with this in real life, because people want more gaming. So
people want more gaming.
yes.
Since when?
Since forever, and Twitch,
There's so much of gaming content on Twitch that when the people can actually go out there, like, please do.
Really? They ask you to do it?
Like, I started as an IRL streamer. Like, I moved to the PC afterwards. Because it's just like in the winter, there's not much content I can make outside and it's cold and I hate cold. So I moved to the PC. But I think people kind of get bored of gaming content. It's like they look forward to IRL streams.
I'm really surprised because There's been a lot of discussion in the community about whether there is a place for in real life in Twitch.
Actually, there's a lot of discussion if there's place for beach pools and hot tub streams, but not IRL. I think, like the Twitch community really hates the fact that there is a category for like girls that are in swimming suits around the pool and so on, just chatting with the chat and basically showing off their bodies. That is something I definitely do think does not belong to Twitch, and that is something that
Probably OnlyFans.
yeah, something like that. Definitely not Twitch, but Twitch gets so much money of it because they get donated so much money that they're definitely not gonna pull the category out. So if something doesn't belong to Twitch, I think it's definitely that. Like, of course, stream started as a gaming platform. It started expanding, but like, yeah, okay, IRL might be a problem, but like, if I'm afraid to tell someone I'm a streamer, it's because I'm scared that they're gonna put me in that category, and I'm not in the category.
Yeah, definitely not. Don't you ever get not scared but nervous about you might do something during in real life that you shouldn't?
You know, I'm not afraid in a sense that I'm scared that my chat will judge me. I'm scared maybe sometimes because people like to bring things out of context. They take what you say and they like clip it in such a way where you sound like a complete idiot, or like it's just out of context stuff that I'm worried about. Because the chat, like, they watch you because they want to watch you and they care about you, and they actually like somehow consume the character that you are, and they know what you would do and wouldn't do and would say and wouldn't say. So that's like the only thing that kind of worries me.
And I see it now that I'm editing shorts. It's so easy to make somebody seem stupid or say the thing that you want to say. Absolutely right. You work a lot, you do a lot. How do you unwind?
Actually, the Twitch stream is a big unwinding for me. Like, I just like have fun, talk to the chat and everything. But like, if I really need to chill, if I'm completely tired, then I'm the type of person who really likes to sleep. But I don't get much of that, so I don't know. Like, if my free time I do spend with the chat most of the time. Like, I am the kind of a person I do not allow myself to rest much. Like, I have this kind of conscience which really hates me whenever I do nothing. Like, I never do nothing. And
I used to be like that till maybe after I crossed 30, because if I stopped, I would be tired and get sick. As long as I kept going, I was okay.
Yeah. Well, I never stopped, so
you have many years yet. I'm an old guy, so I cannot do it anymore.
Yeah, I understand.
But you have the.
I mean, it's not great what I do. It's definitely not great for me, but it somehow works for me for now. I cannot imagine letting some of the projects go. Like, I love my drift school. I love Twitch. I love my work. I love drifting. I love the social media work I do. It's just, and the stunts. Like, are you gonna miss an opportunity like that to do stunts for like the actress I do stunts for? Like, I can't say who she is, but she has 50 million followers, you know, and she's like such an exciting person to be around. So, like, I'm not gonna miss any of those opportunities.
And why should you?
Yeah. Like, just because I wanna sleep, or you know, it's just like
you can sleep after.
Yeah, definitely. Like, if I'm really tired, I do sleep. Like, just as you said, if I really need the time, I will find it.
Are you able to recognize when you really need some me time? And are you able to say no to things?
Yeah, definitely. I learned that.
And that's a very difficult thing to learn, I would say.
Well, if you don't have enough time, it comes naturally to say no to things, I think. Otherwise, I would just burn out very quickly if I just said yes to everything.
And so Twitch streaming is an outlet for you, but what are some other things that you do? Do you watch TV at all, or movies?
I do watch series. Like, with my boyfriend, that's our good quality time that we spend together, because he loves to watch stuff, so I watch stuff with him a lot of times. I do sometimes work with the TV on, like, I kind of watch something.
Like the background noise.
Yeah, in the background. Nice. Like, right now I do Suits. I'm watching Suits in the background of my work. So
you're watching Megan in her early...
Yes. I actually love her.
I had a crush.
Yeah, me too. No, I like Harvey. Yeah, and I hate Mike, though.
The thing is that Harvey sometimes does things he shouldn't.
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree. I also hate what's
Mike.
his face, Mike.
Yeah.
I don't like him very much.
Yeah.
What series are you actually watching then, or you were really impressed by, that you would recommend to people?
Oh God, I have a very like a memory problem.
Me too, and this is why I can rewatch series all the time because I forget what happened.
I'm the same. I'm the same. Because I like because so much stuff is happening. My mind just really likes to push a lot of stuff out. But like the classics, I love Money Heist. I love The Suit. There's nothing really like that. It's like one thing that I'm like, okay, this is.
Have you
it.
seen Dahmer?
No.
You should.
Okay. It can be the next.
It's a little. I don't know if you're into horror. If you like scary stuff.
I don't mind, but like I'm scared a lot when I see horror. But
So it's not so scary, but it's more disturbing, I would say.
Okay.
And they just did a really good job, and it was a really good series. I'm
Yeah.
watching all the stupid dating stuff.
Okay. I hate that. I'm not a fan of like. I hate romance. Like, there's always romance in every movie, and I feel always like, why? Why do you have to put that in there? Like, nobody cares. We want to see the fights, you know. Maybe it comes from the stunt brain, you know. I'm always like watching, like, how did he do that stunt, you know?
Yeah, there's a lot of romantic comedies, right? And
Yeah.
what can I tell you? I hate myself.
I mean,
So
that's so
why-
cute that you do. It's like I like men that don't need to like necessarily always have to be alphas. Like even
No.
my boyfriend, he's like a very introverted person. He loves to cook. Like he's the absolute opposite of me. He's just like he has a nice car, but he doesn't really like care about it. You know, it's just like because I'm such a strong, maybe a little bit stronger in the masculine than normal females. Then I also like my boyfriend. He also has the same.
So you believe that in every relationship there needs to be a dominant partner.
I don't want to be the dominant partner in a relationship, but yeah, this was more about masculine and feminine. Like I do need the man to be dominant. I cannot be dominant because like then I lose the respect. But he has my respect because he's like a very successful person, but his hobbies are more feminine, let's say.
Yeah, but I always look at it's usually related to looks. There's always the one that is more dominant, the more attractive one.
Oh, he's more attractive than me. He's really pretty. Like all of my friends really like the way he looks. He's you know how Devi looks.
Yes.
He always wears suits. Like he all the time wherever he goes to throw the garbage out. He's wearing
In a suit.
Well, it's a joke, but yeah, he wears a suit and
guys.
he's like really like he's very pretty. I think like in the scale of prettiness, he's prettier than me. So
It's such a small world because after I actually invited you to the podcast
yeah,
on a recommendation from somebody.
yeah.
Because I'll be ashamed I wasn't familiar with you, but then again I'm not familiar with any of the Slovak.
Yeah, it's okay. I
This
also
place-
don't know like 90% of
It's hard,
influencers.
but this show has helped me to understand like the landscape. I think
Yeah.
slowly I'm getting to meet more people and understand like who is influencing
Yeah.
Slovak society
Yeah.
nowadays. But they told me to invite you, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna try. And actually, you were extremely sweet and nice. You immediately said yes, and now that I see how much work you have, I'm wondering why you said yes.
Well, the thing is, I have a lot of sponsors and like I have a lot of companies behind my back, so they really enjoy being, visible. So whenever there's something that's interesting to me, then I always go like to not only like interviews but also car shows and magazines and stuff like that. But I also saw that you did a lot of interesting, like podcasts already with a lot of interesting people. So like. That told me that it's not just like some shitty podcast, you know.
It's probably really shitty, but people still come. But my thing is that you are my second female guest,
Yeah.
and I really wanted to have some female representation because
Yeah.
it's. I'm a really firm believer on that because I had too many men guests.
Yeah.
But it's also difficult because there's so many, like in the sphere that I'm working in, gaming, YouTube, is so many men and not enough women.
Yeah, that's also a good thing for me, you know, because it allows me to have more audience.
Maybe more eyes, but
Yeah.
it's got to be difficult for you as a woman in a man's hobby.
World. Not really. It's actually thanks to that it's really easy because whenever I need help, I'm just like, hi, can you help me? And everyone's like, of course. course, it's just like whenever I need help with something, I do not have the male ego who's just, I'm gonna do it myself. So not really. Like I actually enjoy like being in the men's world. I mean, I would definitely enjoy having friends, girls, here with me too, but it's not like a problem or anything.
And isn't it challenging for you from the perspective of them really accepting you? Maybe not now, but in the beginning.
In the beginning, my problem was that I'm blonde, and on the first sight, I don't seem like I'm someone who could potentially be like interesting in some other maybe way, like besides like blonde and tall. So most of the people who don't know me and they see me, they're like, okay, she got the car from her boyfriend, or she got the car from her parents or anything like that. Like I've worked for everything myself, and like that's the judgment I get, like I'm a gold digger of some kind or something.
That's because most young people now, I think, get everything from their parents. So it's not very often that you meet somebody that's worked for what they have. So I kind of see why they would say that.
But I don't take it like personally anymore. But at the start, I was really upset about it, like about like all the assumptions people make just on the basis of how you look. I've never been much into makeup and dressing myself up and everything from the start, but I have a lot of good friends, like the girls, which I started being friends with only later on. They're like they teach me how to do stuff and everything. So thanks to them, I look like this. Maybe if I would like look different, then maybe I would have maybe a little bit more respect. But also, like every girl wants to look good, So
I actually saw that you went with a girl to SEMA.
Yeah.
She was a brunette, I think, or red hair.
Yeah.
So who is she?
This is actually a really long story. About 7 years ago, we had this project called Woohoo, and it was me and 3 girls, and we wanted to do like car reporting from the view of a girl, and I mean the group just kind of fell apart because every one of them except me found herself a boyfriend, and they just moved out. So that didn't really work out. But she was one of my like good friends that started the show with me.
It's a shame that you don't do more of it because it was really good. I'm not a car fan, and I enjoyed listening to you guys.
Thank you.
I especially enjoyed her riding around for the first time with that. It was a German, not coach, but the guy that was sitting with her telling her how to.
Yeah.
But it was in the U.S., no?
I don't really remember. I'm not sure which video you mean.
She was in a car riding around with the sticker fell off.
Instructor. Yeah, I didn't even see that video actually.
You need to see it. You need to see it.
Yeah, the thing is that whenever I do some content, I never rewatch it. Like I used to cut my videos, then I had to rewatch them because I actually studied film production. But right now, whenever there's something, I just have like people edit it. So I film something, I just send it to them, and then I post it, and I never watch.
Do you hate listening to yourself?
I don't have the time. I just I don't find it enjoyable as well. I just don't want to see myself because I'm overly critical as well. So I just stopped watching stuff, so I don't get that. But also just because like I never found the time.
For me, it's not about time. I just really hate listening to myself.
Yeah.
I really think I sound like a turtko.
No, you don't.
But I mean, like in the video, maybe everybody's judgmental.
Everyone hates their own voice at the start. Like later on, I think you get used to it. But I hate seeing myself also. Like from some angles I really like, and there's some angles I was just wish not to see.
This is my good side. Look.
Yeah, you just like the way the camera is set up. This is my worst side. Like it
Really?
doesn't get any worse than that. I think.
Should we adjust it?
No, it's okay. I'm telling you, I'm used to it already. Like. Since I've been streaming on Twitch, I don't mind anything.
Yeah, and I think you know what? In the end, that's so much better because it makes you more relatable.
Yeah, true. That's very true. I think people like authentic, even if you don't like it, then the people actually they value that.
It's time for you to teach our audience
a
new expression.
Okay.
And I think I already forgot. Do you remember what it was?
I do. But I can't say it.
No, you can't say it, but okay, if you remember it, you can go ahead. So, guys, if you remember how this works, we help you improve your English as well. So, Nina's going to teach you an expression, but she's not going to tell you what it is. She's going to give you examples, and this way you'll try to learn it.
Okay, so like examples of a situation where you would say that,
Yeah.
not a synonym.
No, definitely
okay.
not a synonym.
Okay. So, and a good example of this happening to me, this expression was when 2 weeks ago I was on a race and I was fighting for the 4th place, drifting, and at the start of the run, my car died and I lost the race because my car died at the start. So I did what?
So, what is the expression, guys? Type it in the chat if you know it.
Yeah, we don't see the chat. We need it.
Let's get the chat here.
Emotional.
Damage.
Yeah, it was huge.
Oh, I can be your girlfriend, Oliver.
Oliver.
Oliver wants to be your
Yeah, it was huge emotional damage. Okay, we need another example.
Yep.
Okay, so when well, let's see. If you go to a very important meeting at a job and you bring the wrong papers for the meeting. Ludmila, you're really close. Not mess up, but
Yeah. Very close. What is a similar expression?
it's also a tool that you use for like I'm gonna use the word then though for yes, screw it. Actually, not screw it, but screw up.
Screw up.
Screw up. Sorry. Yeah.
So Marek and Ludmila together. Screw up.
yeah.
That's
I'm really good at screwing up, actually.
me too. Especially when I like something, I screw it up quite often. Like I'm building a Lego now. Imagine me building Legos. I have no patience.
Oh,
That's the first thing. I like things immediately.
Yeah.
And also, I'm really bad with small parts and doing things with my hands.
Yeah.
So building a Lego is like, I have to. It's always the worst because I build like something. I'm building a leg for this guy here. Look,
Oh,
and then I find out that I made a mistake like 45 pages before.
I would go crazy.
Do you build Legos at all? Do you like them? You never liked them at all?
I actually never even got the opportunity to build a Lego, I think. Maybe when I was younger. But
What?
like at this point, I don't like stuff in my place that is just like extra. I like stuff very simple. Like I don't know where I would even put it after I build it.
You're a minimalist.
Yeah. I have to have everything absolutely organized.
My studio is not organized. But this is fitting for a streamer, I would say.
Yeah, you have a really nice background for a stream.
These are all the Nintendo consoles.
Oh.
So- Do you ever take it?
Yeah, I do sometimes. Yeah.
Or Focus or Champion?
Actually, I don't know the types. I just have someone gave it to me, and when I'm really tired but I want to stream, I just like pop it.
It actually helps. We should put you in touch with them. I think you would. I think you would be great for them.
Maybe.
To be very honest, we are at about 1 hour and 17, and I know that you are tired, and I don't want to keep you longer. But I would like to invite you in the future again
thank
for a
you.
second time.
I'd love to come.
I think the audience would love to have you as well. But before we go, could you please leave us with a closing message? So you can talk about anything and also your projects and maybe do a little bit of promotion for yourself. too.
Thank you. Like closing message. What can I say? I think it's important to see every challenge in your life, every problem as a challenge. That's what I want to say. And never to give up on your dreams. And if other people tell you what you do is crazy or that it doesn't make sense, just follow your heart. Don't listen to other people's advice. And also the quote that I already mentioned, like if you do a lot of stuff and it gets you tired, and if you do it for someone else and you don't enjoy it, then that's stress. But if you actually do a lot of stuff, and you work for your dream, then that's passion. I think that's okay. A lot of people see me and how much I work, and they are trying to tell me like not to get some time off or anything, but I love doing what I do and I'm really passionate about it. And of course you have to take care of your body, but I think if what you do fulfills you, then that's the most important thing.
Yeah, and I take my hats off to you because I had no idea how much stuff you do.
Thank you.
It's quite impressive. Anything that you want to plug?
To plug? Not really.
And if people want to see more of you, where can they find you?
They can find me on Instagram, on YouTube, or on Twitch.
And what is your Twitch channel?
Depends what Nina I want to see. If you want to see model Nina, you go to Instagram. If you want to see kind of cinematic kind of content, you go to YouTube. But if you want to just see the real me, then it's definitely Twitch.
And what is your Twitch handle?
Lady Hoonigan.
Oh, so it's the same across.
It's same everywhere.
Okay, so definitely gonna check it out, guys. I want to thank you once again for coming.
Thank you too.
I feel so embarrassed that you come here now after learning everything that you do. So
no, I'm really glad I could come.
I really appreciate it, and we'll figure something out for next time. Guys, we're gonna make her a coffee, and I'm gonna go check out the car.
Okay.
Thank you, everybody.
Guys, it was nice to see you. Have a nice evening.